All right, everyone, welcome back to BMRL Network. We're live here with the BNR Cup Series on this wonderful Saturday or Sunday afternoon. We are at AutoClub, the one and only AutoClub, for race number 12. And it looks like qualifying is started. Alongside in the booth, I've got Mr. Will Roberts. Will's going to be an in-race commentator here tonight. How you doing, Will?
Doing fabulous as always, Chris. How about yourself, bud?
I'm doing pretty well.
Auto Club tonight. It can be slick if you're not going to be patient getting back to the throttle. If you want to, it's its own characteristic, uh, its own can of worms, should we say, Chris? Multi-groove track, multi-lanes. You can run the top, the middle, the bottom, wherever the car really suits. To be honest, lots of different driving styles here tonight in the BNR Cup Series. So we are surely in for a treat here tonight. This 100 lap, 200-mile shebang. Can't wait to get it underway.
Yeah, it looks like no one has completed their first initial lap yet. Here comes the first times. And Zach Deutscher up top, but Brian Huntley has something to say about that. He jumps up in front of Deutscher. Mike Slaughter there in third. Will gonna put down a 6th place time right there. Yeah, I'm excited to see this 3-wide racing, possibly 4-wide racing at points here tonight. It's going to be very fun to watch here as Brian continues to hold on to that lead. Coming around for his final time, and he's going to jump back up in front. Joe Stipe had originally taken that on his second lap. But Brian gonna snatch it right back with a 39.88.
Messed up so badly on my second lap, Chris. It wasn't even funny.
Yeah, and I was noticing we have, I think, 31 or 32 drivers signed up here tonight. We're gonna
I
have a
believe it's
very
30.
full race.
Yes, sir. 31, I do believe it is. Could be 32. I'm seeing 32.
And Ryan Rose is gonna jump up to the top of the 39.65, 2/10 faster than Brian Huntley there. Well, that was a monster of a lap. Roy Daggett on the track. Love that green and black paint scheme mixture. Roy's very first lap was a 40.91 as he comes around turns 3 and 4. Down through the front stretch. And his final lap will be a 40 flat. That's good enough for the 7th place at the moment. Everyone has qualified besides Nathan Line and Kevin Roy. Nathan entering the track out of turn 2 off of pit road. Oh no, he's gonna come to a stop. Something must have happened. I don't know. He didn't like that. And he's gonna go ahead and escape out and forfeit his qualifying run. Kevin Roy also has not been out on the track. Everyone else has. But we've got 100 laps here tonight in this race number 12 at Auto Club. A little bit of information for tonight's race. Fuel's 70% like always. Tires, 4 sets over the walls, 0 fast repairs, and 3 green-white checkers. And qualifying is over, and you're going to see the lights are going to kick on, and we're going to take this thing under the dark, under the lights, as Ryan Rose and Bill Hales are going to make up row number 1. All right, looking at our grid, Ryan Rose, Bill Hales on row 1, Brian Huntley and Joe Stipe on row 2. Row 3 is going to be occupied by Zach Deutscher and Xavier Zagato. Row 4, Troy Daggett and Brandon Moore. Matthew Hunsaker and Mike Allen make up row 5. Chris Campbell and Mike Slaughter, row 6. Looking back to row 7, we got Richard Johns and Cameron King. Row 8, Matt Bryant and Nick Shell. Row 9, Josh Small and Aaron Bradford. Philip Bridgman and Anthony Lane make up row 10. Row 11, Dale Rapp and our one and only William Roberts. And row 12, Matthew Fitz and James Hudson. Going back a little bit further to row 13, Pete Woodrum and Skylar Sixton. Row 14, Tyler Myers and Robert Amaral. In row 15, we got Paul Lawson and Justin Steves. And our final row, Kevin Roy and Nathan Line. Alright, these drivers are getting gridded up. We're waiting on Troy Daggett and the final 4 drivers, Paul Lawson, Justin Steves, Kevin Roy, and Nathan Line, to grid up here. Alright, Will, starting there in P22. Are you excited for this race?
I am very excited for this race, Chris. Can't wait to get it underway. Love racing here at Auto Club. It's a fun track, very easy flowing, very rhythmic track as well. You know, you do have to, once the run gets going, you do have to work the, kind of bicycle it, work the pedals. A lot of trail braking, some people like to, and then others just like to lift and coast through these corners. So, like I said earlier, there's a big mixture of different strategies and just driving styles of how to drive this track.
All right, man. Well, loving that paint scheme. It's looking fresh. But getting ready to go green as pace car takes us into turn number 3. There's a wonderful static shot from turn 3 wall. Looking in from turn 4 as these guys getting through it. Here we go, getting ready to go. That pace car going to make a left-hand turn onto pit road. And we are going to be green flag racing. Here we go, green flag in the hand of our flag man.
Green flag, green flag.
And green flag's out, here we go. Brian Huntley going to move down to the inside line. He's already in second place. Ryan Rose kind of putting the gap on Brian, but Brian closing in as he gets a nice little run out of turn 2. We got a lot of battling for position already back towards the middle of the pack. The 54 of Matt Bryant up 1 position. He's looking for another one. But Cameron King's going to have a nice run out of turn 4. Woo. Mike Slaughter, Brandon Moore really close to each other there in turns 1. But Mike going to have the position already up 2. Matthew Hunsaker making moves already early as well. He's up to 6th place. But here comes the 4 of Xavier underneath them to take that position back. Hunsaker was going in the right direction, but now he's going to lose a spot that he had already gained.
25 to 30 laps on the 70% fuel here at AutoClub, Chris.
You're gonna see these guys come down pit road about 20 between I think that window's gonna open around 20 to 26.
Oh yeah, most definitely. You could see some early pit takers. I do foresee around 21, 22 probably. Could be. So you're going to really want to try to split this race up into 3 parts. Some might try to, but that's going to be risky.
Oh, and we have the 53, Bill Hale's a little bit out of shape. Went down onto the apron, but stayed off of that wall, corrects that thing, and gets it back going. But he's going to drop a lot of positions there now, down 9 spots since qualifying. Bill qualified on that front row. Oh, and a little bit of contact there with the 54. And the 2 is Zach Dewisher shoving his car up in front of the 28, decides better of it, and he drops back down. And just that monster run up there on the wall out of 2. As you can see, the 3 really falling back. All those positions that he has gained, he has now lost 5 positions, -2 from that qualifying spot. Not going to let my bias get the best of me, but number 5 of Aaron Bradford rocking that Kyle Larson throwback paint scheme. What would be the Kellogg's car is the Hendrick car. But Tyler Myers already up 7 positions. He has worked his way up to the 20th place. Got battles all over the racetrack right now. Ooh, and a little bit of contact with the outside wall on turn 4 exit. Oh, and we're almost going 4 wide into turn 1. 3 wide at this moment, though. Oh, and the 00 gets a little bit of a bump from the 60. That's Mike Allen and Joe Stipe in the 00. I believe this is Mike Allen, a new driver here in BNR. At least in the Cup Series here.
New to you, just a long time. Just hasn't showed up to a lot of BNR events, but he is well known, Michael Allen.
Josh Small, the biggest mover of the night so far, up 12 positions. Bill Hale's the biggest loser of the night, down 11 positions. He had that earlier woo moment on the backstretch. All right, 10 laps down. Brian Huntley does lead it. Ryan Rose has fallen back to that 3rd position, but here he comes looking underneath Troy. He's not going to have enough of a run, though. And he might be able to hold his ground there. Side by side, going down the front stretch with Troy. Turn 1 and 2, he's got to execute flawlessly. There he goes. He's going to surge in front of Troy. He's also going to surge in front of Brian, but Brian would likely get the better run off of 2. But no, Ryan Rose is going to cut off that run. But here goes Brian to the inside, going into turn 3. Going back to the lead. Brian really hungry for a win here tonight. After some misfortune last week, Brian running in the top, I think the top 3 or 4 last week, and then had that late race contact going into turn 1 at the Roval. These 3 are almost walking away with this lead here as Mike Allen about half a second behind our 3rd place. Tyler Myers continues to climb. He's up to the 14th position. Last we checked on him, he was at 20th. Now up 13 positions. He is the biggest mover at this moment. No, Josh Small gets another spot there, so he is tied. Tyler has the biggest mover. Xavion already on pit road. Not sure if this was a scheduled stop or if he had some sort of issue out on the track.
Seems to be pretty early for a pit stop at the moment.
Yeah, so going back, I do not see anything popping up. See right here, he's losing position. Oh. He does go for a little bit of a ride down the apron into the inside wall. So that is what happened to Xavion. The front left damage, possibly a toe length, as I think he is now disconnected from the server. I know he's still on pit road. I think he's just having some connection issues, blinking in and out. So what are track temps like right now, Will?
That's a great question.
Let's see if we can pull some info here. It looks like track temps about 78 degrees, so not really going to be too much of a tire eater. Alright, let's go ahead and pull up this track map. We can see that the field is still pretty stacked up. Nobody straggling back behind. Everyone within passing distance, really, of another driver here. Oh, and
caution, yellow flag.
Something just went wrong. Brian, something just happened, I think, with a connection with somebody, because everyone just kind of like, it went very funky. any sort of wreck. Yeah, I'm not sure because I think somebody lagged out and went spinning down the backstretch.
Skylar Sixton spun, uh, but I don't know if that's why the caution is out or what happened.
Oh, so the 98 of Skylar Sixton, yep, and the 81 kind of get into that's Anthony Lane. Oh, and then I think Anthony Lane took a nice hit into the outside wall. Seems to be a little bit of some blinking here tonight for some drivers. For a minute there, I was worried because Brian Huntley blinked and his name dropped all the way down the standings when that caution came out, and I was afraid that he was caught up in that. And Tyler Myers, you're gonna come out in first on this pit stop. And that's gonna put Brian starting right behind him on this restart, which is probably the best bet for Brian here. Gonna start on the inside line, right behind Tyler, as long as Tyler chooses that inside line to start. All right. While we get this thing stacked back up 2 by 2, we're gonna go ahead and take a quick break here. Right back.
Green, green, green.
All right, and we're back at it with the action here. Brian Huntley already out to the lead, but here comes Chris Campbell on the outside with a major run through turns 3 and 4. But it's gonna kind of be halted there on the exit to 4. Oh! Aaron Bradford through the grass.
Caution, yellow flag.
Cameron King also involved. All right, so caution 2 comes out. Some drivers going down pit road. Kevin Roy going to be the leader off of pit road from this little group. Brandon Moore, Robert Amaral, Cameron King still on pit road. He was part of that incident. The 5 of Aaron Bradford back on the track. He was the one that went sliding through that infield.
Pretty sure Matt Bryant just disconnected. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I feel like we're having some server issues with. Yep, Brian just disappeared and blinked in. All right, well, 26 laps down. All right, here we go. Brian Huntley. Brian Rose in the front row. Brian. I feel like Brian has really dominated on the outside line going into turns 1 and 2. And Ryan gonna have that line this time. And Troy Daggett gonna follow on the outside. And here comes Zach as well. Brian gonna have to get back into his rhythm and out over green here. And here he comes. Where's he gonna go? Will he thread the needle here? He's gonna thread it 3 wide going into turns 1 and 2. But Zach with the monster run out of 2 gonna surge out about 3 car lengths ahead of those two. Brian gonna take that 3rd position though as oh, I just now noticed Ryan Rose's number is backwards. It's shown as the 85, but he's shown as the 58 on his car. And there they go, back 3 wide. This time it's Ryan, Brian, and Mike. And Brian and Ryan are going to kind of fall back. They're 4th and 5th now. Ryan falling back to 6th even. Troy Daggett out in front by almost half a second. About 4/10. Oh, and the 3, Matthew a little bit upset there on the front stretch as they come across the line. I don't know if there was contact with his rear, but that rear end was a little bit upset. Brandon Moore looking underneath Will. Oh, and we got 3 wide action behind him. Richard Johns takes it 3 wide. With Matthew Fitz, it's supposed to be the 69, but showing as a 3. And the 9 of Justin Steves. There you go, Mike Slaughter disappearing. Uh-oh. And he's not coming back yet. I think we just lost Mike. Yeah, we just lost the 14 there. He's still gone. Yeah, I think we may be having some server issues here. As Troy Daggett was also a victim of disappearing there for a second, but Mike Slaughter disappearing and he is gone. And Mike was the leader here. He had a nice lead, but now it's going to be a battle for the lead between Troy and Zach.
Oh, contact.
Ooh, and a big
Caution,
check
yellow
up
flag.
there.
Big crash happened coming out of turn 4. It happened ahead of me.
Alright, looks like Matt Bryant and Skylar Sixton involved. Maybe some others? Oh, yep, the 88 gives the 42 of Paul Lawson a good shot, which sends a 54 of Matt Bryant across the 98's nose. Oh, and the 42 goes hard into the outside wall. The 54 and the 98 down through the grass. That 54 is going on a crazy ride backwards. And does everyone else make it safely through? Justin Steves goes up above the 42. Alright, that's gonna let the 81 catch up, but he is gone. He was on turn 1 and 2 and then disappeared. Alright, our leaders are down pit road, but Philip Bridgham, Joe Stipe, James Hudson, and Nick Shell all stay out on the track. Joe Stipe last pitted on lap 24. Here we go, left side's up for Zach. Oh, look at this, Mike Allen out. Bill Hale's also out. Bill Hale's going to be the leader off of pit road in this group. Tyler Myers coming out ahead as well. Today's my middle child's birthday. Turned 4 years old.
Happy birthday, middle child.
Yeah, my little river. That's his name. My little river. Turning into a lake. Or as my older brother likes to call him, right now he is a creek. He hasn't grown into a river yet. But the Canadian Philip Bridgman gonna lead this thing. Rocking that SpongeBob SquarePants at number 84. One of the only 2 Toyotas in the field as well. Pretty interesting fact. And for once, most of the time in iRacing you see majority are Chevys, but this field is pretty much split right in between almost with Fords and Chevys. Never really noticed that. And all right, pace car lights are out as we come around the exit of turn 4 of that pace car. Getting ready to drive down pit road. And Philip Bridgman and Joe Stipe gonna be our lead cars here. Philip Bridgman with
Green.
the jump start. And here we go. Got some cars already jumping to the outside, going 3 wide into turn 1. That's the number 2 car of Zach Deuscher. Up against the wall, 3 wide out of 2. The 58 of Nick Shell gonna jump up to the outside line, kind of stop Deuscher's run. As Philip Bridgman just pulls out to a very big lead here, about a half a second over Joe Stipe. Remember, these guys did pit earlier on in the race, so their tires are nice and heated up. Whereas it looks like 4th place and back all pitted this time, this last caution. So their tires not yet where they need to be, but once they do get there, they're going to blow by these top 4 drivers here. As Zach already passing Nick Shell. Probably see Nick drop back a few more spots here. And Ryan Rose passing Nick here. And Zach looking under Joe for 2nd place. Philip Bridgman keeping that Toyota Camry out in front. Now a 0.2 of a second ahead of Zach. Got a lot of really big movers. Justin Steves up 19 positions. Tyler Myers up 13. Nathan Line up 16. And Zach right on the bumper of the 84 of Philip. He looks pretty content in riding right in behind Philip. And here he goes out of turn 2. Zach gonna have the preferred line, the preferred run. Going on the backstretch as he overtakes the 84. And that puts Zach Deuscher back in the lead, but caution is out. I believe the 5.
No, it's the 92. I made contact with Bradford after the yellow flag came out. I fender bendered him.
Oh, okay.
That's why it said contact with him. But Cameron King, something happened up ahead of us.
All right. There's the yellow flag. Oh, so it looks like Cameron King and the 33. Oh, the 33 drops down low on the inside of a 3 wide situation through turns 1 and 2. Just kind of comes up the track ever so slightly into the 92. Or no, I mean, Richard Johns takes the bottom 3 wide. And Cameron King is going to get the biggest part of this one.
How badly did I whack Bradford in the back?
Let's see. Oh, so he blinked out.
Oh, so I net coded him?
Yeah.
Okay, 10-4.
Yeah, he was gone. A lot of the backstretch. Few cars blinking out back there when this wreck came out.
I will say this, for some it's a can be tight handling car. Others it might be a bit looser or kind of jumpy through some of these bumps, depending on which lane you take, Chris. So it also just depends on the travel in the car, like I said, how the setup handles which lane you want to choose to put it in from lap to lap, until you find out which lane you actually can be the most stablest. Yeah, that's not a word, stablest, I don't think. Anyway, more stable in.
Green flag, green flag.
All right, here we go. Philip Bridgman and Zach Deutscher on the front row. Zach choosing the outside line. We're gonna have to focus on crashes. Run. All right, we are back after stepping away, and whoa, big moment there. Oh, wow. Skylar Sixton, a big moment out of turn 4 up the track. I believe that was Nick Shell that got into the wall a little bit from that contact. Zach Deutscher, Chris Campbell, and Bill Hales are top 3 right now. Ryan Rose, though, was looking underneath Bill Hales on turn 4, and now he's going to go back down underneath Bill into turn 1 and 2. We've seen Ryan be really fast out of turn 2 on that bottom side, but this time he's not going to be able to clear Bill. He tried to. He thought about going up in front of Bill. Just was not cleared enough to do so. As right now he's going to have to lift a little bit as he takes a low approach on turn 3. And he's going to be able to clear Bill. Here he goes again, underneath, going for the lead. He's definitely not going to be able to clear Zach, but he does get second place. If Zach does not take that low line here in the 3 and 4, there goes Ryan. Ryan, but with a major check up there as he dives it in on turn 3 again. This time, he is not going to be able to clear Zach. So Zach's still able to hold strong on the outside line. But this time Ryan gonna be able to clear him as the 53 of Bill is looking under Chris Campbell.
Yeah, some of these drivers are pitting from not pitting on the previous caution. Different strategies afoot going on. In Nick Shell's case, I just think he might have had some damage, though. Like he said, there was a shunt happen, so it seems to be the case with some. Others just on a different strategy than others.
Yeah, it looks like throughout the field there's a lot of big discrepancies between laps of last time they pitted. We have guys that pitted on lap 36, guys that pitted lap 43. Nathan Lyon pitted on lap 18. Which that one of the craziest ones. Nathan Lyon, lap 18. Came down lap 18. And he is still out there. And he's passing guys 4 wide out of turn 4. Nathan Lyon just took him 4 wide and gains 2 positions from it. Almost 40 laps out there on those tires. So I guess as we approach about 75, about 60% through this one, Nathan Line still has 3 sets of tires left, whereas majority of everyone else, 1 set, maybe 2 sets left. I wonder if it's going to come down to, you know, being a positive outlook for Nathan here. Early, I think if this thing goes, you know, a few more cautions possibly, but if it stays green, I don't think this strategy is really gonna, you know, play out on top of everyone else here. Go ahead and do a run through of our top 10 here. Brian Rose out in front, Chris Campbell in second, Zach Deutscher in third, Bill Hales in fourth, Brian Huntley in fifth, Josh Small sixth, Brandon Moore seventh, Matthew Fitz eighth, Dale Rapp in ninth, James Hudson in 10th. And I guess we'll go a little bit further back. Skylar Sixton in 11th, Richard Johns 12th, Xavier Zelgado in 13th. He had that little bit of a mishap there at the beginning of this race, fell off the lead lap. But he finds himself in the 13th position on the lead lap. Troy Daggett in 14th, Joe Stipe 15th, Matthew Hunsaker in 16th, Tyler Myers 17th, Matt Bryant 18th, Justin Steves 19th, and Cameron King rounds out the top 20. Nathan Line 21st. And Pete Woodrum 22nd and Will Roberts 23rd. Having some connection issues. It looked like Nathan Line is on pit road. Our top 4 right there together. And then 5th place and I'm back is going to find themselves about 2 seconds behind our top 4 drivers.
Here you will see some drivers starting to make their pit stops. And this is right in the window of being able to make it. So the window is now open for sure. It's been open for at least a lap. Depending on how well you can save and everything. And this is causing a mass pit stop because everybody's now keying up and saying, hey, we're pitting, we're pitting, we're pitting.
Yeah, but that's the one thing that really, tends to happen on these field strategy races when there's no yellows to break this is you want to be that first driver that says, hey, I'm pitting. Because once that first driver queues up, it's kind of like everyone else is like, well, it's our time to go too, or we're going to be behind this one. Like you said, yep, and here comes our leaders. Brandon Moore was our leader. He's going to come down pit road. Now Dale Rapp going to be our leader. Ooh, 3 wide situation. Dale Rapp coming down pit road. That's going to allow Justin Steves to now take the lead. We approach 26 laps to go in this race. And what's crazy, if Justin Steves pits right now, what our stuff is telling me, if he pits right now and takes fuel only, he would come out in the 5th position, which would be right in front of Ryan Rose. Let's see, does Justin pit this time? And he does not. Justin Steves, Pete Woodrum still out on the track. Well, right about now, I'm going to say, Will, you're probably hoping for a caution here, but
Caution sound, caution sound, caution
keep
sound.
on driving, don't stop.
Keep on driving. I'm out of fuel.
Oh. You make it around again? The yellow just coming out.
I just accidentally sped up. I got to drop to the rear. I got speeding and penalty.
Oh.
He told me to stay out. I stayed out, and I started to like kind of gunning a little bit.
Dang it. Oh, it was almost perfect timing for that yellow. I wish would have came out when you were on the track still. No bias.
So pit lane is open. I can pit now, right?
I don't know. I don't see it. Yes, because the leaders are coming in now. Yep.
Am I still on the lead lap?
Yeah, as of right now, yep. So you just gotta come out in front of them. They're on the pit road right now. Justin Steves is coming up right behind you. He's the leader.
Oh, I slid through my pit box and it won't let me back up.
Alright. See what that yellow was for. I do not see it. Oh, it's for Troy Daggett exiting pit road here. It's a little loose up into the wall, hard into that outside wall for turn 2.
Green, green, green.
Well, I'll be damned. Came back, had to step away for a moment. My 2-year-old daughter somehow made her way into my room, into our closet, and found Christmas gifts. And now she's crying for them.
Well, Santa, you gotta do a better job next year.
Oh man. Ooh, a little bit of contact there. 53 and the 12. Some very, very tight racing going on here in the top 5. Brian Huntley pushing Bill Hales way out in front. Bill gets a nice run into turn 3. He's all the way up, fighting for that second position. Now he's going to kind of lay on Zach here going into turn 4. Now Brandon Moore.
Caution, yellow flag.
Zach Deutscher. Oh, and he gets smoked by the 77. Wow, Robert Amaral just completely destroyed Zach there on the front stretch. What happened to Zach here? We were watching this battle, but I flipped to Brian for a minute there, and Zach was around. Go ahead and check out what happened here. 53 and the 2 racing side by side. The 2 comes down the track on the front stretch and hooks himself across the nose of Bill. Everything all right so far for the 2. He's just spinning on the apron, but comes back up the track. And here is where things get a little bit messy. The 77. The 5 checks up. The 77 goes on the inside. No brakes applied. Oh, dang. No brakes at all for the 77, and he just T-bones the 2. Alright, well that's going to make things a little bit more interesting. All right. Ryan Rose out in front for this restart. Hey, and Will getting a lap back. Back on the lead lap. All right, going to turn number 1. Pace car lights are out. Brian gonna start back there in P3 on the inside line. Gonna be Ryan Rose and Bill Hales on the front row, and Brian and Brandon on row 2, followed by Chris Campbell and Matthew Fitz on row 3. Richard Johns and James Hudson on row 4. Dale Rapp and Matthew Hunsaker on row 5. Or, I mean, Justin Steves. Dale Rapp and Justin Steves on row 5. All right, here we go. 13 laps to go. 12 this time by as the pace car jumps on the pit road. Green flag is out. We are racing again.
Green flag, green flag.
Look at that awesome restart there by Ryan Rose and Brian. Those two jump up to the outside line. Brian gonna kind of stay medium, middle of the track here. Brian getting out a little bit far. Almost a 3/10 ahead of Brian. Bill Hales looking to pass Brian. Brian really hungry for this win, so is Bill. Bill goes underneath Brian out of turn 2 down the backstretch. He's not going to quite clear him. Brian gonna get a great run going down into turn 3. But Bill gonna have that preferred line on turns 3 and 4, which is that bottom. He's gonna slide up in front of Brian. Does Brian try to drop low? Brian on the outside. He's got the 88 of Brandon Moore pushing him from behind. Oh, and the 5 down on the infield and through the grass back up. He's on the apron. And he's going to stay on the apron, go down into turn 1. And I believe he's going to take a tow from there. Brian going to block Bill. Bill's going to kind of get up into Brandon. We got ourselves a race for the finish here. 9 laps to go. Oh, here goes Brandon Moore for the 2nd place. Will Bill Hales also take P3 from Brian? He does. Will we see another caution, or will this thing stay green till the end? If it does, can Brandon Moore catch our leader, Ryan Rose? Can Brandon win race number 3 on the season? He's got 2 wins this season, one coming at Talladega and the other at Bristol. Bristol just 2 weeks ago. Ryan Rose with 0 wins on the season. He's a new face or a new name to this Cup Series this season. I believe Bill Hales has captured a win also this season, looking for win number 2. Only thing that's a little bit bad here is Brandon last pitted on lap 43. Ryan and Bill both pitted on lap 70. But hold on, Dale Rapp making a charge toward the front. Pitted lap 74. And Philip Bridgman 79. These two looking pretty fast as we take 5 laps to go. Philip Bridgman, faster lap than our leader the last time by almost 1/10. Brandon really closed in the gap there. He had it under 5/10. Three laps to go. Ryan's falling back to P9. Dale Rapp, Philip Bridgman, 4th and 5th. And Brandon Moore down to a 2nd behind Ryan. Ryan seems to be going at a pace that's going to give him the checkered flag here tonight. Ryan dominating here tonight. Down the backstretch into turn number 3. 6 corners to go for the number 85. Out of turn 4, gonna take the white flag. 1 lap to go. Down the backstretch for the final time in this race. And Ryan Rose gonna get it done here at Auto Club. Brandon Moore in second, Bill Hales third, Dale Rapp fourth, and Philip Bridgman in fifth. Matthew Fitz sixth, Justin Steve seventh, Brian Huntley eighth, Matthew Hunsaker in ninth, and Chris Campbell gonna get that 10th place finish here. But what a win for Ryan Rose. Ryan Rose burning it down. Gonna pull onto victory lane. Alright, let's get Brandon Moore up here. Hey Brandon, it's Chris and Will in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Congratulations, man. Two. I know it's not probably exactly what you wanted. You probably wanted that win. And as much as we wanted to see you get win number 3, you bring home a podium finish here tonight. Were you hoping for at least one more caution there within the last 10 laps?
Nah, I'd rather just have the P2. I wanted to stay green. We gave it everything we had there at the end, and I tried to get more than what the car would give me and started sliding the front. So I can't say I didn't try everything, but you know, he was quick. Leader deserved that one.
And I believe, according to what I was seeing, your last pit stop was like in the 40s, I believe. Is that true?
I wouldn't think so.
See, I wonder if I was having issues, because I don't know. It seemed like a lot of people were blinking out. I think we lost the 14 at some point tonight. And
My last stop was a regular 4-tire stop under green.
Okay.
And I gained position on pit road, so it had to have been an error.
Yeah, I feel like the server is having a lot of those here tonight. So, but anyway, I mean, coming back to Auto Club, getting that top 3 finish, that P2 finish is going to be great for the points. For one. But yeah, I mean, pretty clean race. A few incidents here and there, and just a great execution.
Yeah, I think we could have had something there for him if we could just been close enough to sniff a little draft, but we just couldn't get close enough. Maybe we could have done something like when I was battling with Brian and I think it was Bill there to get the P2.
Yeah, it was a great battle there when we went in green for that. I think around like 13 to about 9 laps to go. You guys were battling it out, and then you were able to get by pretty much both of them, and then kind of set sails and set your sights on that number 85 of Ryan there. But yeah.
Yeah, we were gaining on the leader, but it wasn't going to be enough to get me there to capture that win. So I just started overdriving it, trying to get more than what the car could muster on the grip levels, and then it started scooting.
Well, man, oh, man. That was contagious right there. I had a yawn.
Yeah,
too.
it was.
But yeah, I mean, a great race for you tonight. Before I let you go, you got anybody you want to give a shout out to or a thank you to?
I just want to thank the broadcast booth, thank the admins, thank all the drivers, and look forward to next week.
All right, man. Well, congratulations, and yeah, we look forward to seeing you next week at I believe, the old configuration of Atlanta.
Oh boy, my favorite place.
All right, man. Well, have congratulations, and hope you have a great rest of your Sunday and a great week ahead as we approach Atlanta next Sunday.
All right, sounds good. Thank you so much.
All right, let's get our P3 Bill in here. Hey, Bill, it's Chris and Will in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, what's up, Chris? How are you, bud?
Oh, pretty good. Top 3 finish for you here tonight. A great race, great execution all night long. You started there on the outside of row 1 when this thing went green here tonight, and you kind of just stayed up there in that top 5 all night long, even through pit cycles and yellows and all that. Great race.
Yeah, I mean, I did exactly what I wanted to do. The start was a little choppy. I got doored a little bit. I think I came up, almost hit the inside wall, so I dropped back to 13th, and then I just, I think as long as it went long, we run a full run, I could work my way back to the front, and then we had that one caution. I just topped off. I ran like 45 laps on a set of tires and stayed right there in the top 3 or 4. And then at the very end there, I just didn't need that caution. I don't think the 2 knew I was on his inside because I don't think I went up. It looked like he come across my nose. I hate it, but we didn't need that caution because we didn't have that caution. I thought we had a better chance of winning. But hey, a great race, 3rd place. We had a good win, good finish last week. Ryan and Brandon drove a good race. I got tied around behind Brandon with about 3 to go. Went up toward the wall, which was dumb because I was doing pretty good staying out from behind him, and I thought I would try to push him through the corner to catch him, but it just hurt myself. But all in all, a good race.
Yeah, and we were hoping to see you maybe possibly get that. I think it would be your 2nd win if you won here tonight.
Yeah, because I won at Vegas. So I knew it was going to be kind of chaotic at the back. So usually I don't qualify, and then they said, "Yeah, I got to qualify." So I was like, I might as well just get as close to the front as I can, and I got on the front row. So it was a good night, good points night. So I think we might move up again another spot in the playoffs. So hey, that's all that matters.
Definitely, man. A look ahead to next week. We're going to Atlanta, and I believe, from what I see, it's the old configuration of Atlanta. How do you think that one's going to play out?
Yeah, it should be the same. Whoever can get long runs and take care of their tires should be good. So it kind of falls right in my sweet spot. People there are going to run hard and wear their tires out and not be good the last 20 laps of a run. So you can make a lot of moves on old tires. So it should be a fun race.
All right, man. Before we let you go here tonight to cap this Sunday off, you got anyone you're going to give a shout out to or a thank you to?
Yeah, I want to thank Brian for the league. The league's great, man. BNR Cup Series is pretty awesome. I enjoy it. You guys, your streams are awesome. Enjoy everything you do. I'll probably watch it tonight while I'm watching the news. And also got to thank the wife. Her and our companies are all over the car. Melanie Health Photography and M&H Construction. And we look forward to maybe talking to you next week, guys.
All right. Awesome, man. And congratulations getting that top 3 finish here tonight.
Thank you, man. Have a good night.
You too. All right, Mr. Ryan Rose getting that win here tonight. I believe this is the first time I have seen you here this season. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You pretty much dominated this race all night here. You started on the pole through green flag pit stops and yellows. You kind of stayed up here, just like Bill Hales. Both of you guys stayed up in the front pretty much the whole night, no matter what it was thrown at you, whether it was a yellow flag wreck or green flag pit stops. It's just a great race for you.
Yeah, it was really fun. I got some good setups and had some good clean air, and that's what really helped me out a lot. And I knew how to save the tires a little bit better than I think some people. So yeah, that's pretty much how I did it, kind of, sort of.
Now, on that final restart, I believe it was Brian that started right behind you on the inside line, and it looked like both of you had a great restart there, and we're kind of thinking that possibly it would be kind of a race to the finish between the both of you, but then we kind of saw him fall back a little bit, and you kind of just took off from there, and your 0.2 of a second ahead turned into 5, and then it turned into a second, and I believe you ended like a 1.5 seconds over P2 there, just slowly but surely climbing away and making that gap bigger and bigger. Yeah, congratulations, man.
Yeah, thank you. Brian was really good throughout the night. I was kind of like, he was doing some questionable driving, I thought, but it's all right. He raced me pretty clean. Everybody kind of raced clean up front, and yeah, it was really fun. And I thought I was gonna get a little bit more pressure from him at the end, but I guess I just pulled away a little bit too much for that to happen. So yeah.
Now, I believe you were leading when that final caution came out. Was that something that you were wanting to happen, or was it kind of a possible pin in the?
It was a little bit. I mean, I thought I was pretty good either way, but I wanted it to go green to try and like see if I could pull away even farther. I don't know, but I mean it could have gone either way for me, I think.
All right, man. Well, congratulations getting the win here tonight. Before I let you go, got anyone you want to give a shout out to or a thank you to?
Just my mom, my dad, Brett's Electric, they're on the car, and they helped me out in real life a lot. And Ryko Setups, that's the setup shop that I used for the for my setups. So yeah, they made pretty good sets, and yeah, that's about it. Thanks.
All right, man. Well, looks like next week we head to the old configuration of Atlanta. Will we expect to possibly see you in the booth again?
I hope so. I mean, that would be fun. I don't know if I'm gonna be here. I gotta check my schedule and stuff, but yeah.
All right, man. Well, congratulations getting that win here tonight. Look forward to hopefully talking to you throughout the rest of the season.
Yeah, hopefully. All right.
All right, man. Have a great rest of your Sunday and a great week.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, well, that's a wrap here at Auto Club. Fancy and nice seeing this track back on some, a NASCAR circuit after not seeing it anymore. We head to Atlanta next week, and we're not going to do that plate racing. We're going to be that old school 2-3 wide racing, which should be pretty awesome. Going to look a little bit like it did tonight, minus the possible 4 wides, as that track isn't really wide enough for 4 wide. But with that being said, hopefully everyone has a great rest of their Sunday. Look forward to seeing you guys this coming Sunday at 4:15 p.m. Central or 5:15 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and click that little bell so that you're notified when we do go live next Sunday night for Atlanta for race number 13 on this 20 race